Okay guys, so you might be able to guess kind of my thoughts on this based on the fact that I'm learning ZZCT and I tell people to learn Roux if they want to, or ZZ, and I use Hoya on 4x4, but is there still a reason to be trying to find new methods for these cubes? My personal opinion is that yes, we should always be trying to find new methods and there will be some breakthroughs. Like right now, I think that Roux and ZZCT are both better than CFOP, just straight up better. I don't know if anyone is going to get better with them, but I think they are better. Right now, as far as non-CFOP methods, I think Kian Mansour is our best chance at proving that methods other than CFOP can be better than CFOP, so Kian, even though you don't use ZZCT, I'm rooting for you. But at the same time, I'm not sure, because it's possible that CFOP has been so far developed that the other methods will never catch up. Here's my reasoning. CFOP has been in development for like 20 years or something, and in that time it's been improved on and improved on and improved on. So it started like here, like pretty bad, and then it's just been going down, and you know, it's leveling off a little bit, not too much more to improve on, but people are still finding ways to make it better. This line does eventually flatten out though, and there is a point at which CFOP just cannot get any better. Now take a method like Roux. Roux probably starts at about the same place, not very developed, pretty bad, and then it gets better and better and better. Now maybe Roux has a lower sort of floor, so it'll level out and it'll eventually get to a point where you can't get any better with Roux, and maybe that is lower than the CFOP lower limit. But CFOP starts up here and it starts back here. Roux now starts like here, and they're both going to be making that progress, but you can see that CFOP's going to hit its lower limit way sooner than Roux does, so maybe eventually Roux's going to get way better, but that point could be so far in the future that it's not even really worth pursuing right now. And if it's not worth pursuing right now, maybe that means it'll never get pursued. So basically, in order to make these methods actually at the point where they can compete with and even beat CFOP, we need to start developing them now, and we need to get people on board with that. Otherwise, they'll never get to that point. There just won't be enough interest in them, and they'll always be behind CFOP just in terms of the timeline. So those are kind of my thoughts on 3x3. 4x4, now that's a different matter. I feel like there's gotta be a 4x4 method out there that is just so much better than the ones that already exist. I don't even know what it would be. I have no clue what it would be, but I feel like 4x4, there's just so many more options and possibilities and things to explore that there's gotta be something out there. I've been talking to John Lewis a lot recently, and he invented this new 4x4 method called Lewis method. It's basically like a Roux 4x4 variant. I don't know exactly how it works. He showed me it before, and it looks pretty good. It seems like it has about the same average move count as something like Yao or Hoya. I think that's something that's worth looking into and maybe could be improved further. So yeah, I've been a little bit skeptical in the past of Lewis method, but I'm starting to come around to it a little bit more. So I think that I'm not that good at 4x4, and I would rather have your guys' opinions on it, and basically just getting more people using this method is going to be good for developing it, figuring out is it really any good. So yeah, why don't you guys all go check out Lewis method for 4x4 and just tell me your thoughts on it. I think there might be a Lewis method speed solvers group on Facebook or something that John Lewis is starting. I'd be interested to see how it progresses. I'm not going to be using it myself, but I feel like more people should at least look at it so that we can get more opinions on it. Maybe it's going to be better than Yao and Hoya or something. I don't know. I know that the way John does it, he can do parity avoidance, or at least a much simpler version of parity pretty easily. And then he and some others invented this other 4x4 method called NS4, which I also looked at. I didn't like it that much just using it, but according to them, it should have a similar move count again to Yao and Hoya. So if you guys want to check that out too, feel free to. What I find really interesting is that a lot of people think that 2x2 is the event with sort of the least flexibility. But in my opinion, the most innovation of almost any event is happening in 2x2. Somehow people just keep coming up with new methods for solving 2x2 and new subsets and new algorithms, and they just keep expanding on the old ones. So the great thing about 2x2 is that it's so simple that you can learn all these different methods and use them at the same time and just use the best one for each solve. So with 2x2, you can be truly method neutral and pick the method that best suits the solve. I just think that's really cool, and that other events could definitely learn from 2x2. Maybe we could see method neutrality in the future on other events like 3x3 or 4x4. Anyway, those are just some thoughts. I want to know your opinions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.